All right, Craig. This is probably the $1,000,000 question, the $1,000,000,000 question. Why?
2 billion.
Why do men grow a beard?
I love this
Every
question.
lady is wondering. Every lady is asking this in their mind. Why do men grow a beard?
Everybody is
Yeah,
wondering right
everybody.
now, including you, yourself.
Yep.
Right? The guy who wants to grow the beard. I have a lot of fun with this question because my journey started in November actually on Thanksgiving of 2015. A year later now, 1 week from Thanksgiving, again, 2016, I've got almost a year in. I'm going to hit that year mark, and I'm excited to see where we go from there. Now, it hasn't been quite that easy. When you think about why men grow beards, the reasons are infinite.
Everybody has their own.
Right. The reasons are infinite, and the reasons are timeless. We've been growing beards since we've been men.
Yep.
Since the beginning of time.
Sure.
Modern day beard growing, and I would use the word connoisseurs, make up such a diversity of attitudes and ethnicities and cultures and reasons and societal pressures and everything that it's just impossible to say. Some of the things I've seen over time, and just as a witness, as somebody who's grown a beard and given myself that commitment to doing this and to marking this off my bucket list in life and seeing how I like it. In fact, I like it a
So it was
lot.
on your bucket list. I wanted to have a beard.
It did become a very interesting spot on my bucket
I
list.
bet that's on a lot of bucket lists.
I wanted to see, which goes into the whole idea of why men do this,
Yep.
right? It's become very popular that about right after Halloween, close to November, guys start thinking, okay, you know what, it's no shave November, I'm going to just let the beard grow. I'm going to let my face grow, or the facial hair. I'm not going to shave. And they make this commitment.
Mhm.
And most of them don't know where it's going to go. A lot of them do know where it's going to go. They're just going to let it go for a couple months past the holidays, past Christmas time, into the New Year's, and then they're going to shave it off, and then they're going to be clean for summer and so on and so forth. There's going to be individuals who decide to keep it going.
I've gone this far.
I've gone this far.
gone over the hurdle of the itchiness.
It's not itching anymore. There's no flakiness anymore. It doesn't really bother me. I'm starting to look like a badass now, and
Yeah.
and they start getting this feeling that I want more of this,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
That's all well and good, but there are things, girlfriends. I know it's popular for people to say that women think beards are hot. I don't know.
Some do. Some
My
don't.
wife of 21 years doesn't quite think like that. So she'd love me to just to shave, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think that there is something to that. So there's men who, they do it for the sex appeal. They do it for the machismo or whatever, right? There's guys who do it because they plan on getting a motorcycle next summer and they want a badass beard to go ride and look, just look radical, right? There's guys who have a different approach and they just want the distinguished look of having a beard. They want to look very, it makes an individual look very distinguished. And I wouldn't say a longer beard necessarily does that, but a very well-trimmed, good-sized beard does that for a lot of guys. The longer the beard gets, the bigger your beard gets, different things start to happen inside the mind of a man.
Yep.
And it's very interesting to watch some of those things. So what we hear is, I have my personal story and my feedback on the whole issue. And there's guys who tell us all the time how they feel and why they did it. And what I see is kind of when you make a commitment to grow a beard and let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go past the first year. Let it go multi-years.
Okay.
The thing that I see is that these gentlemen have come to the point in their life where they are no longer influenced by societal pressures to shave or to look this certain way.
Society could be a negative pressure or a positive pressure.
Absolutely.
Some of it's, hey bro, nice beard, and it's a relationship thing. Sometimes it's the wife or the mistress or the female mistress.
Right,
The wife
exactly.
or
Well, those
or
two.
the girlfriend who don't like it or do like it.
Right.
So there's positive and negative pressure.
Exactly. That ends up being a pretty small portion, is the guy that says, hey, cool beard, dude. That portion of what you'll hear is considerably smaller than the pressures of when you go to a restaurant, right? What do you think about a waiter that comes out with a huge beard? Is there some thing going on in the minds of an individual that's, hey, is there going to be hair in my
Check your
food?
soup.
I mean, it's just, it never stops.
Yep.
It could be at home. It could be the wife, the girlfriend. In my case, wife and kids.
Yep.
Is it that popular? Is it something that you have to fight through all the time? Is it your corporate position?
Yep.
You're a police officer. You're in the military.
Certain jobs have
Right.
those restrictions.
SEALs, Rangers, Green Berets, Spec Ops, a lot of those guys are just off limits, right? But for the majority of the military, they shave. Pretty much all law enforcement has to shave, is clean shaven. So there's huge swaths of our population that I would call that a society's pressure. It's not generally a society pressure, however, but they don't feel free to just do it.
So do some men grow a beard just because they're told they can't?
Yes,
I think so.
absolutely.
Do some men grow a beard because they want to be different? They want to stand out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do some men grow a beard because it's a style they want to pursue?
Most definitely.
It's just a look they like.
Right.
Some men grow a beard because their friends or people they're around have beards.
Right.
And it kind of fits into a stereotype, possibly, of some kind of stereotype that they want to fit into.
Right. They want to go to the bar and they want to look cool at the bar.
Yep.
Right. They want to ride a motorcycle and look cool on a motorcycle, even cooler than riding a motorcycle, as if that's not cool enough, right? So they follow a lot. There's a lot of people who just follow, want to fit in. In my case,
Or stand out.
or stand out, absolutely, and that's a biggie. In my case, it was really an internal thing. It was the fact that I spent the last 9 years as a software developer running geospatial application software and building those things. And I had a chance to not care anymore about the corporate pressures. In fact, one day I just said, you know what? I'm growing a beard. I don't even care if my wife of 21 years likes it or hates it, or my kids, which I love more than anything on the planet. And I still get flack to this day, a year later. There's still some pressures to shave, or at least trim it down. There's all these things going on. But for me, it was, for lack of a better way of saying it, it was just the biggest middle finger to the world and the society that wants to take and pressure a man into not being a man, into following the rules that are laid out by people who want to control things. And for me, that's what it has become for me. It's become kind of a liberating feeling, is that in life now, there's so many opportunities in life to make a living and do what you want to do. And I think what this has done for me is it's really opened up myself to the possibilities of just living as I want to live.
Sounds to me like it's a symbol of freedom.
It is.
For you.
It is.
And for probably many others, of course.
Right.
Is it an icebreaker, like a conversation breaker when you're at the bar, or at the restaurant, or out and about?
I'll see a lot of guys, and I hate to say beard envy, but I'll say it.
There
I just did.
probably is. There's beard envy.
There's guys, we all look at each other in places, and we notice the beard, and it's the bigger the beard that gets the more attention, right? And so, but there's also this camaraderie. There's this feeling that you're kind of like,
There's
you're
a
going
connection.
you're going through the same shit I'm going through, for lack of a better way of saying it. I shouldn't say it as a professional, but that's the way it is. And so we look at each other, and so there is this camaraderie. Hey, dude, nice beard. Oh, hey, same to you.
Yep.
This type of thing. And some of that, it feels interesting. It feels good for a lot of guys.
Feels
right?
like you got a brotherhood out there that you've never met, but it's instant.
That's connected through this beard.
It's
This process, because you know what a lot of these guys are going through. You really do. I know that the process that it takes to go through, it's different for all of us, but I know that in general there's just this, I don't give a damn anymore. I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm growing a beard.
Yep.
Period. And so there's a lot of that you'll see, and it's pretty exciting, actually.
Awesome. Okay, well, there you have it. That is why men grow beards. They have many reasons, each to their own, and freedom is a big theme for a lot of them, right?
Yep.
You got more questions about how to grow a beard? Go to legendsbeard.com.